Hello, I'm playing EVE Online, and I want to look at what it's like being a new player in EVE Online. What is a newbie experience? EVE Online is an MMO about spaceships. It's set in space. It's a very popular MMO with a certain group of people. The people who are players tend to be very dedicated players, but it's got a bit of a bad reputation for new players. It's said that EVE Online is very hard to understand. It's got a very steep learning curve, and it's not very forgiving for newbies. However, the developers over the years, this game first came out in I think 2003, a long time ago. The developers have made a lot of changes, and they've made a real effort to try to make it a lot more friendly, a lot easier for new players to get into. So, what's it like being a new player? Well, I'm going to choose a starting ancestry, I think they are, and I've just chosen one by accident, really. I didn't mean to click on that. But you have 4 starting ancestries. All the races are, all the characters are human, there's only one human. So, this is new. This wasn't here. Last time I made a new character was a long time ago. I'm not a newbie, I've played EVE before, but this newbie experience is all new to me. So you have your 4 ancestries, you have to choose one, and the game is showing you something about the spaceships you can expect to fly depending on what you choose to be. Now, what a new player won't know, and what the game is telling you at this stage, is that actually in the long run you can fly any ship in the game, whichever ancestry you choose, but you will start off flying the ships connected to the empire that you choose to belong to. So I'm going to be a Mar. I think I'm going to be a Mar. Okay, it's saying that there's more information. Okay, so this is telling you more about the type of spaceships that you might have, and here are their politics. And so you have here their enemies are the Minmatars, who are another empire, and also they have empires who are the Blood Raiders, who are pirates. These are the pirates they're particularly angry with. Yeah, and so you get something similar with the other ancestors, and also some idea what they're likely to look like if you choose them. So I'm going to be Amar, enlist with Amar, choose your bloodline. I'm going to make a couple of different characters, I think, just to show you what's possible. Now, character creation in EVE, and this is something I have done before, is quite good fun. You can really sort of mess with people's faces and make a lot of changes to their appearance. But I don't want to spend ages on character creation, so just to give you some hint as to what might be available, I am just going to randomize the shape of the head, complexion, eyes, hair, makeup, clothes. Yeah, I'm not sure that's a very attractive character, but there you go. Very interesting. Let's try being one of these males. So here's another character. So as you can see, this guy is sort of quite old. Let's just make some little changes here. Skin details. Now where is it? Somewhere you can mess with this guy's age. Okay, so we make him look a bit younger. Get rid of his freckles. Get rid of his scarring. So he looks like a bit of a younger chap. Or make him look very old. Give him, I don't know, give him lots of scarring. So Now he looks quite a bit older, sort of distinguished. Mess with his hair a bit. Okay, that's enough of that. You could spend a long time messing with character appearance. So this is going to be the character that I'll play. Again, just randomizing everything. Oh, don't like that makeup at all. Right, here we go. This is my character. So then you sort of take a photo, and at this stage you can mess around with the facial expressions. You can't actually change her physical appearance anymore, but you can give her a little smile. Oh, that looks a bit odd. Give her a little smile, or whatever you want to do. Change her appearance. So randomize again. Randomize background, randomize pose, randomize lights. And let's take a photo. Take another photo. Looks a bit okay. Let's go with this one. So I think I'm going to use this picture here as my yeah. I just use this as my picture. That's great. That's how other people see me. So what can I be? A merchant, a border runner, is like a smuggler. A Navy veteran. Well, obviously that's a combat person. Imperial Academy, that's like a naval academy that's fighting. A scholar or another type of scholar. Well, let's see what happens. I mean, can you really? I don't know how much difference any of this makes. So I'm going to be a merchant and a scholar. So I want to see what happens if I play a character who's not just a sort of Navy veteran. So my name, I'm going to call her, I don't know, Jenny, and Jenny Palmera. Let's see if that works. Oh, her eyes are closed. No, change that very quickly. There we go. Yes, that's all there. Finalise. Yes, yes, yes. So here we go. The newbie. Okay, okay.
Calling any convoy Angel 7 Crown survivors. Come in, all survivors.
So this is all new.
Tracking an active training corvette.
I mean, I don't know how new it is, to be honest. But
wake up and respond.
Last time I made a new character, there was none of this. This is some sort of tutorial.
What's the last thing you remember? Watching a swarm of drifters warp into your location and tear your fleet apart? Panicking, probably. By heavens, I wager you remember that. Recruit. My name is Fleet Commander Taron, and as of this moment, I am your commanding officer, and we need to figure out what infernal slaughter is going on here. So, I am reluctantly lifting your training restrictions and granting you full access to your ship's onboard AI. I'd like you to get acquainted with Aura. She may
Okay.
be a
This here on the left,
solid
I've
machine, but quite
expanded this.
useful
This is
nonetheless.
chat.
Let her assist you in getting your vessel moving.
Like many other MMOs, it's probably a bad idea to look at chat. Chat isn't always that good. Sometimes it's pretty terrible. Sorry, I should be listening to
My
my
core logic library
tutorial.
has been proven to increase the odds of survival by several orders of magnitude. But I am only capable of advising you. You must make decisions for yourself. Simulations have proven that situational awareness is key to survival. I will now demonstrate how to become aware and alert. Captain, if you close my comms window for any reason, you will be able to recall it through the Operations Info panel by clicking Aura Tips. When you're ready to continue, click Next.
Yep, next. Come on.
To orbit the view around your ship, hold down the left mouse button.
Okay, this is all the stuff that I was doing anyway. Mouse wheel to zoom.
Let's test basic navigation functions.
Okay.
To start your ship moving, double-click your mouse's left button anywhere in empty space.
Here we go.
To stop your ship, you should click the highlighted stop button. Using these functions will help you explore the city.
Surely this is some sort of dreadful joke. My logs indicate you haven't even graduated from the Academy Flight School yet. Let me make it clear that I usually do not work directly with your kind. Well, regardless, it seems like you are all I've got, so I need you to get to work. Our scanners report additional life signals, albeit fading, near your location. Poor souls, whose candle will soon burn out unless you act. Your unit was transporting an important research crew doing selfless work for the glory of our empire. If the cursed drifter patrols acquire their research, it would be catastrophic for our people.
Drifters.
I need you to inspect.
Don't know what a drifter is, but they sound evil.
Captain, I have received faint signals from 3 survivors. To help determine the location of the signal, you should use the look and approach functions of your ship to get closer. Being close will allow you to see what's inside each wreck. To focus your camera on a piece of wreckage, right-click on the wreckage and select the Look At command. Look At is great for inspecting objects in space, but not for piloting. To reset your view, right-click in space and select Look at My Ship.
Okay, so here we are looking at the debris. Now, my ship. Okay.
Next, right-click on the wreckage and select the Approach command. We need to get close to the wreckage to extract the survivors, but remember to transfer everything from their cargo hold to your own, move your mouse pointer over the wreckage and hold down the left mouse button. A radial menu will appear. Select Open Cargo to view the contents, and then press the Loot All button.
Okay, so this is literally teaching you how to move, how to fly your spaceship, how to loot. Just very basic stuff. It is, this game, it is a little bit harder than other MMOs where you just press your WASD buttons. So, I guess that makes sense.
After you have clicked the Loot All button, you should close the inventory window using the X in the corner. It's best practice to... I'm receiving signals that indicate the next survivor is located in the highlighted wreckage. Right-click on the wreckage and select... To transfer the next survivor to your ship, you should repeat the same steps as before. Move your mouse pointer over the wreckage and hold down the left mouse button.
Okay.
A radial menu will appear. Select Open Cargo to view the contents and then press the Loot All button.
Okay.
Excellent,
And
Captain.
one more.
My scanners indicate one more survivor. Approach the highlighted wreckage. You should now transfer the last survivors to your ship. Don't forget to close the inventory windows after you have finished.
Ah, the famous Eve music. I hope you can still hear me. Maybe I'll just turn this music down a tiny bit. There we go. But it does give you something to listen to while you're floating in space. Eve is not a fast-paced game. You know, which for some people will put them off. Some people will say, "Oh, I like a game with lots and lots of action."
Captain,
Eve isn't really that game.
From the Sisters of Eve research team. Thank you for saving my life.
It's more sort of slow and steady. But for me, I like it. I like playing these this type of
research
game.
on drifter strikes indicates they will likely return to this location to retrieve any survivors. And not for good. I believe the drifters want those survivors for invasive information extraction. It's very invasive. Such information is classified and of great value
Very
to the
invasive.
Empire, but since my survival depends on you, I am entrusting you with this.
Recruit. I expected you to be space dust by now. And instead, here you are, holding my research scientist.
Yeah, so I've got the scientist.
Secret. The scientist you just rescued may have information about the source of the infernal drifter incursion. A drifter hive. The presence of a hive in the Empire's space is a mortal threat that must be purged. That means you and your cargo have become vitally important to the Empire. We need you home safely. The only problem is that the drifters will be seeking to rip anything with a pulse from your ship and bring it to their hive. What they do to those poor souls back at the hive is a mystery whose veil we haven't yet pierced. I doubt you noticed, but the drifters raised some sort of warp bubble around your location. So you can't warp out. You're stuck like a slave chained to their pen. The generator of this field must be close by. Locate and destroy it, and the chain will be broken. You will be free to leave. Holy Amar be with you.
Oh,
Captain, in your ship's overview, you can see what your ship's scanners are picking up around you. Find your warp disruption generator in the ship's overview. Then hold down the left mouse button on the generator and click Approach on the radial menu. To lock your weapon system on the generator, hold down your left mouse button on the generator and select Lock Target on the radial menu.
here we go.
While engaging, the optimal flight path is to orbit your target.
Okay.
This enables you to move while firing, making it difficult for your enemy's weapon systems to track you. Move your mouse over the generator and hold down the left mouse button to open the radial menu. Then select the Orbit command. Excellent. You are in the optimal position. I suggest you fire your primary weapon.
So the different cultures and ancestries of 4 starting empires all have slightly different histories and sort of cultures to them. So these ones, EMR, are very religious, which is, you may have noticed when the instructor was talking to me earlier, he said something about God go with you, Holy EMR go with you or something like that.
Was an annoyance. Unfortunately, the drifters appear to have set up a second warp disruption generator. They must be very keen to keep you shackled to this scene of ruin. So you're going to have to... Hold on. No time for that, recruit. It looks like you have the good fortune to prove your worth to the Empire. One of the Drifter's seekers just warped in. You need to take it out. Aura, get our recruit up to speed on combat. The recruit is of no use to me as a charred corpse.
Captain, I need you to remain calm. You are flying a corvette fitted with a civilian-class weapon system and a civilian afterburner for rapid maneuvering. This gives you a significant chance of success when pitted against a single seeker. Just like with the generator, locate the Circadian Seeker on your overview and select Approach from the radial menu. To lock your weapon system on the Seeker, hold down your left mouse button on it and select Lock Target from the radial menu. Please orbit and engage the Circadian Seeker now. Move your mouse over the Seeker and hold down the left mouse button to open. Now it's time to engage your weapons, Captain.
Right, I'm actually viewing the Seeker, I think, but that's okay. I think it's quite interesting to see. So it's quite nice graphical effects as I shoot this thing.
Don't forget to stop your ship.
Well, I didn't expect that from an untrained recruit.
That's quite nice.
Your first kill. Victory in combat is a sacred rite of passage. Having this experience definitely makes you more valuable to the Empire. But enough of the pleasantries. Let us go back to the secondary warp disruption Wait. It seems the Drifters seriously want to capture you, recruit. Another one of their seekers just warped in. I suspect it is looking for survivors. This means that you just got the chance to double your kill record.
Okay.
Purify this threat with the
Kill,
power
kill,
of
kill.
the laser. Administer the penalty for interfering with the holy work of the Amar Empire.
Yeah, the Amar are like super religious.
Captain, let's see what you have learned. Can you take out the Now select
Lock the target.
Target on the Seeker.
And orbit, which is apparently the thing to do. Turn on my...
It's time to engage.
That's a
Fire
mining
your
laser, the second one, okay.
When you have defeated the Seeker,
Can I use my...
stop your
No.
ship.
No, the mining laser won't work on it. So I'm taking a bit of damage here. But I think I'm going to kill it before it kills me.
Well done. That was tough. However, a third Seeker has appeared, and my scans indicate that this enemy will be even harder to overcome than the last.
Ooh.
Select Lock Target on the Seeker.
Yeah, I'm actually losing some armor, and I don't have any way to repair my armor at this point. It's actually kind of hard.
Don't forget to orbit. Now destroy the Seeker. This will be a challenge due to the damage limitations of your current weaponry. If you manage to survive this battle and escape, we will teach you how to upgrade your ship's weaponry, so you can do more damage to enemies in the future.
And teach me how to repair my armor might be good. So, yeah, so basically the tutorial has got me shooting things, moving a ship, looting. I like the graphical effects in this game, and this is another thing that's been upgraded over the years. You can see up here on the top right the enemy ship's damage. And it's about to be destroyed, and actually I'm not taking any damage at all really at the moment, or at least I'm taking a small bit.
Good work, Captain. You can explore the Seeker wrecks to see if they left anything behind. Move your mouse over the wreckage and hold down the left mouse button. A radial menu will appear. Select Open Cargo to view the contents, and then click the Loot All button. Remember to get close.
I approve of your faith and obedience, recruit. So I'm sure the news I have will only inspire you to greater efforts. Imperial sensors have detected a squadron of drifter battleships, and they have just changed course to your location. I don't care how good you are with that laser turret. You can't take on advanced drifter battleships in a corvette. For all your admirable faith, they will surely crush you. You need to destroy that backup warp disruption generator immediately.
Okay, so I'm going to get a new ship by the sound of it. And I need to destroy something once I finish looting.
Captain, locate the backup generator in your overview and approach it.
Okay, I'll just do this.
To reach the generator faster, you should activate the highlighted afterburner module. This module enables you to trade your ship's capacitor power for speed, allowing you to reach the generator faster.
So I'm turning on the afterburner.
The generator, you should lock target.
So I get a bit faster. Yes, it is some way away. It's been 9 kilometers. So basically, it's teaching me to use the afterburner to go a little bit faster. And
after locking target on the generator, you should orbit. Activate your primary weapon to destroy the generator.
Yeah, I can try shooting, but I don't think I'm going to have any effect until I get closer. As you can see here, it's telling me that I'm missing it, so I need to get closer. Actually, if you mouse over the weapon, it actually tells you how close you need to get to something for the weapon to work. So in this case, it's at least 4680 meters, 4.5 kilometers basically, before it's going to start working. And now I'm close, so you can see it's taking damage. Okay.
Recruit, listen carefully. We have very limited time. The Drifter Battleship Squadron just warped to your location. By destroying the warp disruptor, you've removed the bubble that protected the site.
Oh,
it would be a waste of Empire resources to take them on, namely your body and soul, not to mention the valuable ship and cargo you carry. Intelligence needs those survivors for extensive debriefing, and I'd like to shake your hand someday, while blood still runs through it. So your orders are to report to headquarters. With haste.
Okay, report headquarters.
Captain, your ship is fitted with a warp drive, which is capable of bending space and time in order to rapidly propel you toward your destination. I have overridden the ship's clearance system to give you full access to the drive. Find your HQ highlighted in the overview, hold down your left mouse button, and select Dock on the radial menu. Eventually, you will be able to fly larger ships with larger weapons, but while you are still in your corvette vessel, you do not want to face these giant drifter battleships by yourself.
Okay. So there's the station. It's right there, so I need to... Yeah, I guess it's telling me to use the dock command.
Active.
It's quite a good lesson, and to be honest, sometimes the best thing to do is to run away. So this is teaching you how to find space stations. There's another player there. Because there are no, there are very few instances, and it's all in the game world, along with lots of other players.
A hallowed place of excellence. Legions of our
One exception, I guess, is when you actually dock. So your docking inside the space station is basically an instance you're all on your own.
True paladins, just and avenging. It turns out the Sisters of Eve research team had located the exact location of the Drifter Hive. We are pressing Professor Tannen for more information, but this event has certainly garnered the attention of the Admiralty. Due to your efforts, the Ministry of War has spoken, and the Aman Navy is starting to mobilize a fleet for a counterattack. This is beyond what I expected of you. As a gesture of our appreciation, the Amar Empire has awarded you with a bonus that may not give you spiritual growth, but will nevertheless speed you on the path to glory. A small cash bonus.
Oh, money, money, money.
Naturally, the money's not the best part. I've
I think it probably is.
and been given special
know what these
permission to
redeemable
accelerate
items
your
are.
capsuleer training. The reason is quite simple. I want you to be part of the counterattack. You will help us rain fire on these demons and thwart their evil plans.
Captain, bonus payments are quite unusual for a recruit of your status. I have also been notified that you have been given special permission to accelerate your capsuleer training. This is quite an honor. I must warn you though, capsuleer training is the hardest, most complicated training process known to man. Only a fraction of pilots endure it. An accelerated process is going to be very challenging. However, so far you have been performing well. I am now providing you with a new module and skill book to officially start your training.
Okay.
You should now retrieve the new module and skill book from your redeemable items by clicking on the highlighted neocon menu.
Is it here?
Hovering to inventory and clicking
here?
redeem items. Once there, you can click on the items and select redeem selected items.
Ooh. Oh, so I get to the neocon menu, which is up here, and then somewhere here. No. Inventory. Oh, redeem. Oh, okay. Bit hard to find if you're a full-on newbie. I think you may struggle a bit to find that. I had some idea, even though I didn't actually. I don't think I've ever redeemed any items, but I had some idea where to look.
The items will now be in your inventory in the station's item hangar. This is where all of your modules and items will be stored. You now have the weapon module and skill book in your inventory. To view them, Open the highlighted inventory window from the neocon.
Okay. Oh, I still got these.
Recruit. Your accelerated training is going to start with a bang. One of the Empire's key research outposts in the region has gone completely dark. Normally, we wouldn't send a recruit to check out a black site. In fact, you shouldn't even know that it exists. But word of your rescue of Professor Tannen has spread. The research outpost is a facility where the Sisters of Eve have been working with us. The Sisters have asked that you specifically find out why it has gone silent. I am temporarily raising your security clearance for this mission. But you're going to have to prepare for this journey. Aura will help you get ready.
Okay.
Captain, I am running different preparation scenarios. Research outposts like these often contain highly sensitive data troves that are securely encrypted. I believe it would be wise to upgrade your ship's capability with a data analyzer module. After reviewing options, it is my conclusion you should build one.
So you want to construct a data analyzer for your mission?
Ah, so it's teaching you about
Makes sense to me, but then you'll need the necessary materials.
manufacturing. By the way, this is a free account. This is playing for free at the moment. Because Eve has two ways of playing. You can play for free, which is a bit limiting. There are certain things you can't do, certain skills you can't learn. But then there's also the subscription, which obviously gives you access to everything in the game. There is a cash shop, but it's purely for cosmetics. Well, actually, it's a bit complex the way things work in it. You can buy stuff for real money. Somebody can explain that in a different video, maybe. But basically, at the moment, I'm playing for free.
We should prepare you for this battle against the pirates. To improve your capabilities in space, you might want to start training to operate better weapons. Your Empire has issued you a new weapon and the skill book required to operate it for this purpose.
Yeah, there we go.
Skill training is vital for your progression in New Eden, and the skills you choose will prepare you for your path in the stars.
Okay.
You can view your current skills by opening the highlighted character sheet.
So here we go. Here are my skills.
To train a new skill, simply drag the skill book from your item hanger into your training queue.
Oh,
Now
okay.
drag the weapon skill book to the top of the training queue.
Yeah, I've done that already.
For this
So here we
upcoming
go.
battle, you should also equip a repair module. Both the new module and the required skill book have been gifted to you. To operate this repair module, you must first train to the required skill level. You should now retrieve the new module and skill book from your redeemable items.
I'm going to redeem my item by clicking here. This is something I know I can do.
To inventory and clicking redeem items. Once there, you can click on the items and select. To train a new skill, simply drag the skill book from your item hanger into your training queue. You should now drag the skill book to the top. Due to your actions on the field, your commander wishes you to be part of the planned retaliation against the drifters. Your contribution will be improved if your training is completed in time for the operation. The mini skill injector item the commander has supplied will speed up your training process by gifting you free skill points. These skill points can be used to instantly bypass the training times required to complete the necessary skill levels.
So as you can see here, it's saying how long it will take me to learn these skills, which I've been given.
Double-click on your new mini skill injector and confirm the injection.
But this will
unallocated skill points that you can use to progress your training.
This will let me do it quicker. Okay.
Open your character sheet to use your unallocated skill points. When you've done that, find the Apply Skill Points button and click it.
Okay.
Skill training completed. Congratulations, Captain. You have now trained the required skills to operate both your new weapon and repair modules. To equip your new weapon module, you must first make space on your ship. To do that, open your ship fitting window and remove the civilian miner module from your ship by right-clicking on it and selecting Unfit.
Right, here's a mining module, get rid of this.
Now you should upgrade your ship by fitting both the weapon and repair modules to it. To do this, right-click on each module in your item hanger and select Fit to Active Ship. Unlike the currently fitted civilian weapon system, your new weapon requires ammunition. Your ammunition is also located in the item hanger. To load your weapon with it, simply drag and drop the ammunition onto your ship.
Okay.
Before you venture
Oh,
back
got
out
another
into
one.
space, it would be wise to bring your ammunition with you, Captain. To do that, simply drag and drop your remaining ammunition from your item hanger onto your ship's name in the inventory. This will place the ammunition in your cargo hold.
Okay.
Captain, your Corvette-class ship is now equipped with a repair module, an afterburner for speed, and an upgraded weapon system for dealing damage. I now calculate your combat odds against a moderate-sized pirate gang to be at an acceptable level. As the pirates are outlaws in New Eden, there are bounties on their heads. Captain, proceed to eliminate those pirates and earn those bounties.
Okay.
I have highlighted the undock option for you. You should press this when you wish to leave the station and travel the stars.
So there you go. That taught you about learning new skills in EVE Online and about fitting your ship. And actually in EVE Online, fitting the ship is really important. Choosing the right part, the right modules they're called in EVE Online, and fitting them to your ship. So travel to the pirate end. There's another player. Oh, there's a couple. There might be newbies like me. Nearest pirate outpost. There's, well, obviously there's a planet. There's a space station. Click on the location marker, the pirate outpost. Oh, location, what? Info panel. Oh, here. Yeah, so this is a sort of a quest panel. This is this tells you where to go if you've got a quest to do.
Warp drive active.
Oh, so you just click on it and it takes you there automatically. Okay. Well, this seems okay.
Captain, I had calculated your combat odds to be within an acceptable level of safety. However, I did not anticipate the presence of corrosive gases in this area.
You know what? They didn't tell me to repair my ship, which they should have done while I was docked.
In that case, you should use your afterburner and burn through the clouds to get out as fast as possible.
Okay.
Also remember that you can use your repair module should you take damage to your ship, which you likely will. Captain, you should now approach the highlighted asteroid colony and activate your afterburner. I have calculated this to be the shortest route through the gas cloud. Remember to activate your repair module when you take damage, and switch it off again when you have repaired successfully. Captain, there are a lot more pirates than I predicted. However, after upgrading your ship's weapon system, you can now deal more damage to your enemies. Let's show them what you've got. Remember your training. Approach, lock, orbit, shoot.
Okay. Approach. Okay. Can't lock because I'm too far away. So I'm taking damage because of this gas cloud, so I need to repair my armour. Although actually it's doing quite a lot of damage to my ship. It may even be doing damage. Depleted station battery. Something's shooting me? No. It's just that, isn't it? Okay, so my armour repairer is taking care of it. It was doing quite a lot of damage. So, oops. So where are we? Target. Orbit. And actually have two guns now which I can use. One of them is much better. Oh! Well, there you go. That was kind of easy. And it just reminds you here what to do. Approach, lock, orbit, shoot. You need to get within a certain range before you can lock. Oh, what am I? Oh, there we go. What's happening? Okay. Lock. Orbit. Wow, so that new gun really means... Oh, what is more? Really means that I'm quite fast, quite good at killing things now, which is nice.
Great job, Captain. I have highlighted the container you need to approach. You should loot its contents, and then return to station.
Okay. Oh! Oh, a little bit of loot here, that's quite nice.
Click on the location marker icon in the info panel to dock at your HQ.
So all those people I rescued, they're just in my cargo hold. They've just been stuck there all this time. They seem quite happy, I suppose. So, what is the newbie experience like? Well, I don't think it's unfriendly. I mean, I think anybody who logged into this game would immediately find that they're able to play and able to blow things up and do missions. Of course, these are the starting missions. These are sort of dead easy newbie missions. But, you know, that's the same with every MMO, of course. When you start off, they make it very easy for you.
Dealt with the pirates has impressed me.
Okay, introduction to the industry. So now they're going to teach you to manufacture things.
You also reclaimed valuable materials.
Yeah, I did actually. I have a load
test
of
your skills as an industrialist and create something of value from those materials you just recovered.
Captain, industry jobs are the capsuleer's way of manufacturing goods for himself. They can be a path to great wealth if you hone your industry skills. You should now have the materials to start production of the data analyzer unit for your upcoming reconnaissance mission to the research facility. I have calculated this to be important. To build this module, you'll first need a data analyzer blueprint, which you can buy from the market with your ISK.
Oh.
You should now right-click on your ship in the station and select Open Cargo Hold.
Well, I've done this already.
Right-click, select All to highlight all the items in your cargo hold, and then click and drag them to the Inventory tab marked Item Hangar.
Okay. So, every station where you dock, you've got an item hangar, which is kind of like a bank. But what's different is that you, when you move to a different station, the items obviously aren't there. It's not like a bank in other MMOs where the items just follow you around everywhere you go. You actually have to physically move them. So I need to look at my ISK, which is the money in EVE Online. 85,000, that's nice.
You should open the highlighted Market tab and use the search functionality to find Civilian Data Analyzer Blueprint. Once you have located the item, you should click on it to view the active sell orders. Locate one from the list that says it's available in this station, then right-click and buy.
Station, yep. Right-click, buy this. Okay.
In your item hangar, locate the Civilian Data Analyzer Blueprint. You can right-click on the blueprint and select Use Blueprint. This will open the industry window. Here, you can... To the left, you can see the materials that will be used from your item hangar, and on the right, you can see the output, which will be your brand new Civilian Data Analyzer module. You should now select Start. This will start the manufacturing process.
So this is just telling you how to do basic manufacturing.
Your rewards by checking your redeemable items under the neocon menu and inventory tab. You can move those to your item hangar by selecting them and clicking Redeem Selected Items.
Okay.
To open your reward, right-click on it and select Open Inception Skill Package.
Okay. So I get some nice skills to help me.
Character sheet to view your current skills.
To help me learn how to fly better spaceships, basically.
Should be to upgrade from your current corvette to a frigate class vessel. To start training for this, drag the frigate skill book from your item hangar into your training queue now.
Okay.
It is advisable to always have a skill training in your skill queue. One way to do this is to make sure that your skill training queue is filled to capacity. In your training queue, right-click on your frigate skill and select Add Level 2 to Queue. You will now automatically train Level 2 of your frigate skill once Level 1 has completed. To fill it to its current capacity now, add Levels 3 and 4 of your frigate skill to your training queue.
What about the destroyer skill? I want to learn
Your
this.
overall training time increases as you add more skills to your skill queue. You can bypass these training times with skill injectors, as we did previously with your weapon and repair module skills. You can purchase skill injectors from the market with ISK. Don't worry if you don't have enough ISK. One way to earn ISK quickly is to purchase Plex and sell it on the market to other capsuleers. Plex can be purchased via your Plex vault, which you can open through your inventory. Open your vault now to see your options.
So here's Plex vault. So basically, you buy Plex with real money, believe it or not.
Recruit. Your preparation may seem,
And they are encouraging
you
you to buy some Plex with real money.
high standards because I'm about to release you into the unknown. The Sisters of Eve research facility has gone completely dark.
But you don't have to. You can just take some time, wait for your skills to
Professor Tannen has asked to speak to you
learn.
personally. I have
Which is what most people do.
And I'm connecting her to you now.
Captain, I specifically requested you for this recon mission to our research outpost.
Okay.
I had to push this all the way to the Ministry of War. I was adamant that the Sisters would not be of any further assistance if they would not grant me this request. The truth is, Captain, that this outpost is very important. More important than Fleet Commander Tyron realizes.
These adverts you see here, the adverts in the space station, are adverts created by players, and they are advertising their corporations and trying to encourage people to join their corporations.
I feel that I can trust you.
Captain, it seems you are making some intriguing and influential friends. Your next journey will be a little longer than any you have undertaken in the past. The research outpost is one jump from our present position. That means that to get there, you will need to jump through a stargate. Along the way,
jumping
many
through a stargate.
players enjoy reflecting on the beauty of the cosmos and report feelings of tranquility and wonder, especially in advance of potentially life-threatening situations such as our current mission. No recruit in your position has been allowed to travel this far or use the stargates. If you become a capsuleer, you can travel to the deepest sections of low-sec space, hunt for wormholes, or travel with friendly fleets through stargates. Captain, your civilian data analyzer is now ready.
Here we go. So I've made this item. It took a bit of time to make.
And click Deliver.
There we go. That's cool. Open the inventory.
The module will now be... Time to get that module fitted to your ship. Right-click the civilian data analyzer and Fit to active ship. If you have no free medium slots, then... Now, you are fully fitted for the research outpost. It's time to undock.
Time to undock, okay.
Click on the location marker icon in the info panel to set your destination to the neighboring system. Now you should select the highlighted autopilot button. This will start your ship moving to the destination system. Autopilot engaged.
Yeah, it's not always a very good idea to use the autopilot, to be honest. But here we go. It's telling you how to use it. You can use it if you want to.
This will take you to the research outpost.
So you can see here, towards the bottom, this civilian data analyzer, which I manufactured using the blueprint and the materials. I fitted it to my ship, and so I can now use it if I want to on my ship. So I'm going to jump through this Stargate, and this will take me to a different solar system. You can see here I'm currently in a solar system called Emreya, or something like this, on the top left. I'm going to jump through the Stargate, turn on my afterburner to help me, to speed me up a bit. Jump through the Stargate. This is a good example of how Eve is sometimes a bit sort of slow, a bit relaxing, you know. Doesn't always give you instant action. It's got a nice view here. View of the planet with the sun behind it. So I'm going to walk to the location.
Warp drive active.
When you first come out of the gate, you are cloaked for a moment, so nobody can attack you or do anything much to you. But then as soon as you start moving, the cloak vanishes and you are vulnerable in the normal way. Here's the Eve music. I'm a bit of a fan of Eve's music. I do like it.
This is a brief journey, but consider your good fortune. Even though the empire of Holy Amar stretches across the heavens, embracing hundreds of star systems, most of the people don't ever leave their home planet. Moreover, you are well on your way to becoming an independent capsuleer, able to command your own ships. That's an elite and revered status, recruit. And today, you might just earn it. All right,
Yeah.
recruit. You are now in the abyss. A void. No pilot in your position has ever been allowed to enter here. Truth be told, sites like these are some of the most mysterious places in New Eden. And this one is well off the grid. I honestly have no idea what fiendish foes you might find here.
Okay.
Captain, you should now approach the gate. When you are close enough, hold down your left mouse button on the gate and select Activate from the radial menu.
So you're going to turn on the afterburner to make my progress towards the gate a little bit easier and faster. Here's the acceleration gate. And you can see how close you are to it. Up here you have the distance, getting pretty close. So where's the jump? Is that jump?
Drive active.
Yeah. So, or activate gate, I should say. What we're doing. So we're going to activate the gates, which basically puts you into warp and sends you to a location that you couldn't see otherwise. You wouldn't be able to find the location, but the gate sends you to the correct location. Right.
Damnation. It looks like the drifters really tore our fleet apart.
So this is teaching you about an activity which is in the game, which is not combat.
All I know is there should be a Sisters of Eve outpost in the depths of this place. Let us hope that holds some answers. Navigate your way to it immediately, but keep an eye out and be alert for hostiles.
Captain, this site is quite unusual, and it is enormous. In order for you to save time, you might want to activate your afterburner to travel faster through it.
Okay.
However, stay alert, because this is uncharted territory. The Sisters of Eve have been doing some unusual research here, which does not show up in records accessible to me. We don't know what the Drifters were doing here. Be very careful, Captain.
Here's the newbie quest
You should locate
in all
the
its
info
glory.
shard on your overview and approach it.
Approach, okay. So this is teaching you about
We need you to be within close
using data analyzers. I'm not
Remember
sure
to
it's
stop your ship when you reach the
exploration. It's a
shard.
type of exploration, but it's basically something you can do in the game which does not involve combat. There may be combat, there may be enemies to fight, but this is also something else that you have to do, which is to collect information from sites like this. And one of the activities in EVE Online is seeking out sites like this, finding them, and then gathering information. So what the tutorial is doing is teaching you how to do that as part of this storyline that is being explained to you in quite a nice fashion. And it's also showing you another element of EVE, which is, you know, at the moment we're approaching this shard, and that is one of the things you do in EVE. You just sort of fly around, check your bank balance. So I got bounty from killing pirates, killing those things that we killed earlier. Oh, you start off with 5k just given to you. That's quite nice. So-called inheritance. There was a fee for using the factory to manufacture this civilian data analyzer. As part of the manufacturing process, you have to pay a small fee to make things. On top, obviously, of the raw materials that you're using. Only a very small fee, and obviously you hope that it's going to be worth doing. It is at least quite atmospheric.
Recruit. Your telemetry indicates some anomalous signals circling the outpost, but I can't get a precise read on them. Perhaps the drifters are generating interference. Have faith and remain vigilant. You are the only set of eyes and ears I have out there.
Captain, for your ears only, I am afraid the drifters may have hacked our outpost. That could give them access to ship FTL comms and navigation systems we've been developing. Theoretically, it might give them access to some of the ships we've installed prototypes in. It looks like our outpost is relatively intact. You are going to have to try to hack into its mainframe to extract some information on what happened here. Be careful.
Captain, if the outpost is still intact, it will have to be hacked. It's a good thing you prepared by bringing a data analyzer.
Mm-hmm.
Hacking is a delicate process, but mastering it can give you access to a lot of wealth in some of the deep and hidden pockets of New Eden. Let me walk you through the process. Captain, you should now lock target on the info shard.
Okay.
You should now activate the civilian data analyzer on the info shard. are now attempting to hack into the info shard. You should select encrypted nodes until you locate the system core. After you click a node, the numbers that appear will indicate your proximity to the core. You may come across defensive software on your route. You should click on it until you deactivate the firewall.
So here's a little sort of mini game you have to play. So 3 moves away from the core. 3. Oh, there was a 3, wasn't there? I thought there was a 3 there. Oh yeah, there's another 3. Oh, it doesn't last very long. 2, getting closer. 1, so it's, well, I guess it's one of these 2. There's a system core. That was easy.
Now you have successfully hacked into the info shard. You should retrieve the cargo.
By the first prophet. What is this? These things just lit up the site. Professor Tannen, have you ever seen anything like this? Is this your tech?
No, Fleet Commander. I have never seen anything like this before. I suggest the captain get out of there as fast as possible.
Sound advice,
Okay.
Professor. Recruit. The Imperial sensor net just picked up a large drifter fleet on course for your location. I don't know what you just activated, but it's roused up a demon storm. It's safe to say they're hungry for your blood. The Professor may be an amateur, but I agree with her tactical analysis. Get out of there.
Click the location marker icon in the info panel to travel to a safe spot. Warp drive active.
Okay, so that taught me about hacking, which was quite nice.
Recruit.
So when I first started playing Eve, there was none of this. There was no tutorial. Well, there was a kind of tutorial actually. If you were orbiting an asteroid and you had to shoot the asteroid or something, but no, it was a terrible tutorial. You had no idea what was going on. Oh, all the way to the drifter hive.
To our fleet, we can use them to unlock the gate to the hive.
What is
You're
this?
going to be rather popular.
Captain, congratulations on finding the Drifter gate codes. That is amazing work. The Drifters must have been trying to link our outpost to their network through that gate. But there's something else that worries me. I navigated through some of the data when you brought me the mainframe online, and it's worse than I thought. I suspect the Drifters may have hijacked one of the capital ships carrying our prototype systems in their hands and poses a great threat. Luckily, the ship may be vulnerable to stasis webbing. It could slow it down to a halt. Captain, I'm going to upload to Aura instructions on how to fit your ship with a stasis webifier the next time you're in station. That will improve your capabilities out there.
Recruit. Our comms keep getting blocked by Professor Tannen. I trust she's passing on some valuable insights into the Drifters and not idle chatter. Now, it's my turn to show you something you're not going to believe.
Not going to believe.
Aura some coordinates. Get there with haste, Recruit. You're going to like this.
Captain, the commander has uploaded the location of the forward operating base. This should prove interesting. Click on the location marker icon in the info panel to travel to the forward.
I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do here actually, but sure they'll explain it all to us. I wasn't really paying attention to all that talking and voice acting. The voice acting is quite good, I think. But This down here, when you start off, you automatically get put into a channel called Rookie Help, and you can ask daft questions there. Any question you like. People will ask people for money. Say, can anybody give me some money? And they probably will. Somebody will probably give you some ISK.
Use the radial menu to activate the gate to enter the forward operating base. Warp drive active.
You also put automatically in a corporation, which is the equivalent of a guild in other games. A guild was a sort of type of business, not exactly like a business, but similar in sort of medieval times. So it makes sense that a science fiction game in the future you'd have a corporation instead of a guild, because that's the modern version of a guild. So you start off in a corporation, but of course it's a good idea to leave your corporation as soon as you get the chance, so you can join a player-run corporation, or even make your own corporation. One feature of Eve, which is interesting, maybe a little bit confusing for first-time players, is that they don't, in the game itself, although it's pretty obvious, like which is which, the game kind of doesn't make a distinction between NPC corporations, which are a big part of the fiction in the game world, and player-run corporations, player-run guilds.
I suggest you fly down and introduce yourself. Some of the captains have been talking as if your success is the divine will. And I'd like that kind of faith to spread. Be sure to enjoy this glorious sight while you can. If you make naval capsuleer, you might command any one of these ships someday. I can tell you, they're a lot more rewarding to look at when you're in control. Aura. Help our favorite recruit gain a true appreciation of the majesty before us.
Okay.
Is this the pilot that saved the research crew and found the gate codes?
Captain, the assembled strike force includes several ship classes you'll often encounter in New Eden.
Damn, recruits. Took me 6 months before I posted my first confirmed kill.
You can take a closer look at any of the ships by using the radial menu to select Look At. Remember to refocus your camera by right-clicking and select Look at My Ship. Now fly over and join the battleship group on parade in front of the Citadel.
Yeah, it is quite nice just looking at the ships. So where is this battleship group? Over there. Okay. Yeah, so here's some battleships. And I guess my role is simply to get close to them. Oh, so here's a capital ship. This is a carrier. These are very large ships. In fact, one thing that's sort of quite cool in a way, I guess, is here we can see how my ship looks compared. So look how small it is.
Talking about you non-stop today.
So,
all right, fleet, calm down.
So obviously these battleships are ships that you as a player can fly. Probably not immediately. You'll have to learn some skills to fly them, but you can do.
The Amar Empire takes care of its heroes. Faithful service is acknowledged and rewarded.
Wow.
Am I right, fleet?
Captain, the upload is going to take a while. In the meantime, take a look at our Astrahus forward operating base. It's a citadel-type structure. Citadels are the biggest structures in New Eden that capsuleers can build. These massive cities are quite the sight to look at. Since you have to kill some time while the key codes are uploading to the fleet, you have a perfect opportunity to practice some of your maneuvering skills.
Yeah, so this is
manual piloting by double-clicking anywhere in space, or you can use the arrow keys on your keyboard for a unique piloting experience.
So this is a
When you are ready, fly to the forward point next to the Dreadnought class vessel.
This is a Citadel, which is a name given to a space station in EVE Online, or at least a certain type of space station. These are the space stations that players can build. You can manufacture them, you can place them in space, and you can own them. Manage them and decide who's allowed to dock in them and what services they offer. And in some cases you can blow them up, or attempt to blow them up, if you want to fight the current owner. And this is an example of the way the game doesn't sort of distinguish some in a very obvious way between NPCs and players, because NPCs can own these things. So in fact, I think most of the NPC corporations in the game have the old-fashioned space stations that existed before Citadels, but eventually they will all have Citadels, because they're going to replace the old space stations, and players can also own these space stations, these Citadels. So where am I going? I want to go here. So here's what's called a Dreadnought. This is another capital ship, one of the largest ships on the game. And you can see here destroyers, which are, perfectly good ships, destroyers, but compared to Dreadnought, they're tiny. Now, it's not always the case that the biggest ship is the best ship in EVE Online. This Dreadnought is not very manoeuvrable. It won't be very good at shooting small ships. They will be able to sort of fly around it, and the Dreadnought's guns may not be able to hit them. What it is good at is shooting large structures. If you wanted to blow up a structure like this Citadel, for example, then having a fleet of Dreadnoughts would be a good way of blowing up the Citadel. So there are different ships for different purposes, and you shouldn't assume that the biggest is always best, because it's not.
All right, Recruit. The upload is complete, and the fleet is almost ready to deploy. But while the last preparations are being made, I'm going to suggest you return to base and pick up that surprise I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
A token of our gratitude.
Excellent.
Sounds good, doesn't it? Trust me.
Sounds
Better
good.
than you think.
Oh, well, I hope it is good. I hope this isn't how we're going to have a nasty twist where they stab me in the back.
When you are ready to return to HQ, click on... Now turn your autopilot on. I cannot set a waypoint to the same location twice. Autopilot engaged. When you reach your destination and the autopilot switches off, click on the location marker icon in the info panel to dock at HQ.
Yeah, it's got a nice thought. It's a fairly new feature. I mean, it's been around for a couple of years now, I think, but it's a fairly newish feature in the sort of total lifespan of EVE Online, that players can very easily own their own citadels. It was possible in the past, but it was ever so hard, and very few people were ever going to have the chance to own and manage their own space station. But now it's fairly easy, and most corporations, if they want to, once they've acquired some money, some decent level of risk, will be able to set up their own space station, a small one. You don't need to own one. If thousands of people have set up space stations, then you don't really need to have your own, because you can use someone else's. You can dock there and use the facilities, but it's still pretty cool that you can set up your own if you want to. I'm going to turn off the autopilot. I'm going to do this manually. So basically, oh, here we go.
Warp drive active.
There's a home station, so it's just going to dock us at the home station now. And as we get close, we see the other players.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Recruit. I have very high standards for my trainees, and you have repeatedly exceeded them.
Good.
I have thus decided to greenlight you for participation in the counter-strike against the drifters.
Oh, this sounds exciting.
Cleansing Flame.
Okay.
Consider this your final test
Operation
naval capsuleer status.
Cleansing Flame. I guess this is the final part of the tutorial.
Now, I hope you don't think I'm going to let you go into battle in that little Impera-class corvette you've been flying around all day. Nimble as it is, it does not adequately represent the power of our great empire. No, recruit. The Amara Empire always takes care of those who are faithful.
Good.
So I am rewarding you with a new vessel to participate in my strike operation.
Excellent.
I think you are really going to like the added punching power it brings.
Come on, just give it to me. Give it to me.
Upgraded modules to fit to it.
Captain, you have been awarded with a new frigate. This ship is a considerable upgrade from your corvette. Your new frigate gives you far more flexibility in how the vessel is outfitted. For your upcoming combat, I suggest using the afterburner and repair module you have already mastered. Additionally, you have been rewarded with some upgraded modules for your ship, including a few additional weapons. Now, let's go through how we can optimally set up your ship for the combat ahead.
Okay,
Professor Cannon has advised that you fit your ship with a stasis webifier, and you should not take that suggestion lightly, Captain.
So they're going to teach us how to
You should collect
fit our
your
spaceship.
rewards by checking your redeemable items under the neocon menu and inventory tab. You can move those to your item hanger by selecting them and clicking redeem selected items.
Okay. Let's just see what there is first of all. Oh, it includes a Punisher, it includes a new spaceship, that's nice.
Captain, it's time to use your new ship. In your inventory, select your ship hangar. There you will see you are currently in your corvette. Right-click your active ship and click Leave
Oh,
ship.
yes. Okay.
You should now right-click your new frigate and select Assemble Ship. This will finalize the last preparations and calibrate your vessel so you can pilot it.
Board the ship,
Right-click your new
okay.
ship and select Make Active. You have now boarded your new ship.
Cool.
Right-click your old Corvette and select Repackage. This will remove the modules fitted to that ship and make it easier to transport in the future.
Okay.
It's now time to fit your new ship with modules. Open your inventory and go to the item hangar. You will want to fit weapons, an afterburner, a stasis webifier, and your repair module. To fit them, right-click on each of the modules and select Fit to Active Ship. You should then open your fitting window to ensure you have everything you need fitted to your ship. Now load your weapons. Simply drag and drop the ammunition from your item hangar onto your ship to load your weapons. Remember to fill each weapon if you have more than one weapon fitted. Before you venture out into space, it would be wise to bring your ammunition with you, Captain. To do that, simply drag and drop your ammunition from your item hangar.
The fleet is at the gate, recruit. You know the objective. Destroy the hive. Remove the threat. Purge them with the holy fire of our empire.
Okay, big fight time. So that taught you a fair bit about how to fit your ship.
And prepare a proper military response to the rebel prophecies of the so-called Minmatar Republic. We're hoping that we'll learn more about the infernal drifters in this attack, and figure out why they've been attacking us and removing the survivors. Too many souls have perished to their corrupt and perverse ways. Okay, sorry, right. Undock, travel to the system.
Undock and click on the location marker icon in the info panel.
Oh, so here's my new ship. I should have taken a look.
When you reach your destination, click on the next location marker in the info panel to travel to the site.
So instead of using the autopilot, I'm going to do it manually. So because we've set our destination, here you have a list of sort of things in space you can fly to. The one that you need to go to, because you set your destination, it tells you you need to go to this one. And you know it's this one because it's yellow. Yellow is the one to go to. And now I'm going to manually go to it and immediately jump through, and that's actually a little bit quicker than using the autopilot if you do it manually. Okay. They're making us take quite a big journey at this point.
Warp drive active.
Oh wow, it's making you travel quite a long way, to be honest.
Warp drive active.
Actually, you can see up here how many jumps is one more jump to go. This thing up here tells you what routes you've planned, what how many stops you've planned on your route. Oh, it's nice, a picture of the planet there. Perhaps should have taken a bit of time to enjoy the view, but never mind. No, there are no planets near here. So this one was just going to take us straight to the drifter site. Got 2 guns now, which is nice. This web of fire, this slows down enemies, which makes them easier to hit with your guns.
All right, recruit. This is the gate. The spatial rift that leads to the drifter hive. Our fleet just jumped in minutes ago, so expect some friendly company. You're going to need it.
Okay, hopefully we're going to have some big fights. I mean, I've played Eve quite a lot, but I've never seen this.
Activate the gate using the radio menu.
So let's hope it's not a big disappointment. Run. Jump, jump, jump through the gates.
Warp drive active.
Oh, okay, this is okay.
Attention, fleet. This is Fleet Commander Taron. I am assuming tactical command of the counter-strike force. Listen up, capsuleers. Here's the situation. The drifter fleet is counterattacking from positions around the periphery. If you missed the massive, spiked, round-looking behemoth, let me be the first to introduce you to the Hive. It's pumping out the drifter seekers like a wheel of the Inferno's very own dark mills. I want this mill wheel shattered. And to do that, we need to break through their defense fleet. Recruit! What are you waiting for? You know the drill. Approach, lock, orbit, destroy. Start handling those seekers. At this point, I need you to leave the battleships to the heavies.
Now it's time to engage your weapons, Captain.
Oh, that was quick.
So the plan is this. We will take out their fleet to clear a path to the Hive. Battleship wings. You are the force that will punch through their lines. Cruisers. Support the flanks of our heavies and be ready to provide disruptor support. Frigates. I need your dogfighting skills. You are the paladins that must keep any seekers or drones off the backs of the heavy ships and their support cruisers. Every shot will count. I need every ship in the fight for as long as possible. Follow the lead of your commanders and maintain fire discipline.
Affirmative, Fleet Commander.
What blasphemy is this place? They seem to be assembling some abominations. And they're using our people as parts. We'd better deliver all possible holy fire to these degenerates. This is as vile as it gets.
Not very much luck shooting this thing.
Recruit, come in. The Sisters of Eve research outpost was developing sophisticated FTL communications technology. And around the time the facility went dark, we...
Approach and orbit the capital ship, then select lock target as soon as you get close to it.
Okay, so I'm gonna blow up this thing, whatever this is. So basically, I can't target it until I get a bit closer. So, oh, it's attacking me. All I can do at this stage is, okay, I can lock it now. Let's start shooting. I don't think the web of fire is going to matter.
To slow the ship down, and then activate your primary weapons.
Well, I'm not sure the web of fire really matters when I'm fighting something as large as this, because it can hardly move anyway. But never mind.
Reinforcements are on their way, Captain. Keep your web on it and keep
Well, I'm doing lots of damage.
We need to destroy that ship.
So there, the graphics of my guns going up. It's quite nice. Yeah, doing some damage to this massive capital ship. And taking very little damage myself. Hopefully this is going to blow out with a massive explosion, which will be quite nice.
Excellent work, Fleet. Recruit, get back here and start lighting up the hive. We cannot allow it to continue to deploy these infernal seekers any longer. Fleet, we've breached their defensive perimeter and neutralized their forces.
That was good fun.
The hive now. Pilots,
where's this
once we
hive?
have this data, we're burning it down. All forces find a clear shot on the hive. Let it burn in the fury of our purifying lasers.
Locate the hive on your overview and approach it. It's time to rejoin the fleet. Don't forget to use your afterburner and stop your ship when you reach the hive.
Oh, there's a hive.
You should now lock targets and destroy the Circadian Seekers near the hive.
Okay, so this is actually quite exciting. I'm having trouble killing this though. Ah, there we go.
Now it's time to lock your targets on the hive.
Oh, there's a hive.
Fire your primary weapons.
So what am I shooting? Oh, this whole massive structure is a hive.
Recruit. I've just completed a surface analysis of the Drifter Hive database. The place is a veritable factory of death. Bodies go in. Machines come out. They've produced thousands of Seekers, and we're building up the capacity to make millions. We're certainly not in the clear yet. But I want you to know that your actions have saved countless souls. When this battle is over and the next begins, it would be an honor to have you in my fleet. Now, when this infernal thing is brought down, the explosion will be vast. I'm going to pull back the fleet to a safe zone. I'm leaving you with the honorable task of striking the death blow. You have earned it, recruit. This will be the ultimate sacrifice for the Empress and the gateway to immortality. On behalf of the Empire, as of this moment, I, Fleet Commander Raphael Taron, promote you to the grade of Naval Capsuleer of the Amar Empire, and grant you full
But am I going to die?
privileges under the Ulai Convention. You've earned your immortality and independence, Capsuleer. It has been an honor to fly with a faithful paladin like you.
Here we go.
We could not have eliminated this threat without you. God.
So I think I'm going to die, and I think this is actually going to teach me about resurrection. Yeah, I think my spaceship blew up. Okay, so my spaceship blew up, and what I'm left with is... Oh!
Congratulations, Captain. You have become an independent capsuleer. This means you will now earn your own way in the world of New Eden. Your mentor would not leave you empty-handed, though. There is a new mining ship in your redeemable items, with the necessary modules to use it successfully for mining operations.
Okay.
There is also a blueprint, so you can rebuild the ship you so nobly sacrificed in battle.
So this is teaching you about death.
You collect all your rewards by checking your redeemable items under the neocon menu and inventory tab. You can move those to your item hanger by selecting them and clicking Redeem Selected Items. You will find
So let's see what I've got.
Conception package reward in the item hanger. To
Okay,
open
let's
the
open this
reward
up.
package, double-click it.
So we've got a
You will
blueprint
find
for
your
making a
ship
new
in the ship hanger. You
combat
should now
ship
right-click your venture frigate and select Assemble Ship.
and various
Assembly unpacks the
mining.
ship from a compact form and makes it ready
Oh.
to be piloted by you.
Yeah, this is suitable for mining. Activate the ship.
Right-click on your venture and select Make Active to board it.
Oh, so this is a mining ship. Let's take a quick look because it's quite
It
different
is
to the
now
other
time
ships
to
we've seen.
fleet your new venture.
You can see
A
it's sort of
basic
industrial.
fitting consists of 2 mining lasers, an afterburner, and a repair module. To fit the supplied equipment, right-click on each of the modules in your item hangar and select Fit to Active Ship. You should then open your fitting window
Mining
to
laser.
ensure you have everything you need fitted to your ship.
Mining laser. No, I can't use that yet. Miners, afterburner, and repair module.
You are now ready to take your next steps as a capsuleer in New Eden. You
Right,
can
I think we're
easily find
coming to the end
activities
of
that
the
may interest you by using
what we
the
need to see.
agency.
So
Open it
basically,
now from the neocon to see what's happening nearby.
my combat ship was destroyed, and instead what I've been given is a blueprint to make a new combat ship, and I should know how to use that blueprint because I made something before, and of course how you use it is you right click it and you choose use blueprint, simple as that. And it tells you what materials you need to make your new spaceship. And I don't have the materials, but I have been given a mining ship which will allow me to get the materials I need by mining. So they're going to make me make myself a new spaceship to replace the one that got blown up. And that will teach you about mining, gathering raw materials, and then probably, I guess, remind you a second time about how to manufacture. They're also telling you to open up the agency. The agency is like a... in other MMAs it would be sort of like quests, but this game doesn't... Well, it does have kind of quests, it has missions.
I suggest you try one of 2 types of activity that pilots just starting out can jump into easily. One option is Resource Wars, where you complete objectives for your empire and are rewarded as you progress through sites. Your
So it's
second
giving me a
option
choice
is to
really
visit
of
career
new
agents
tutorials,
to learn more
which I
about
can do.
being a pilot. You will earn new ships and modules as you gain knowledge. The agency can provide you with more information about each activity. For example, select a Resource Wars panel.
But from this point it's up to me to choose which activities I want to take part in. So it's moving you into actually playing the game the way you normally play it, which isn't normally to be guided and instructed in the way that we've seen so far. Eve is actually a game where you make your own choices. It's very much a sandbox game, and it's now introducing that element of the game whereby you choose what you want to do. So I could choose to do this tutorial. It's an industry tutorial, which involves making things. I'm not sure the difference is between industry and business, to be honest. Industry involves, I don't know, mining, I guess. I'm not sure what the business career path is, but there we go. We could give it a go and find out. Military, that involves shooting things. And exploration, that involves finding things in space. So, for example, when we did the data hacking, that's the sort of thing you might do in exploration. Sometimes exploration might involve simply finding a big site with lots of enemies to kill. It's also telling me about asteroid belts where I can go mining. And it's telling me about what are called resource wars, where you...
Resource wars sites usually involve several pilots grouping together against pirates to complete objectives for their empire. Teaming up with other capsuleers increases your chances of success in a resource wars site, but you can do it alone if you're confident.
So this is
Find capsuleers to
basically...
team up with in the Global Resource Wars channel, which
basically
can be
involves
joined
mining.
via a Resource Wars panel in the agency.
Basically involves mining, but mining is part of a quest,
Career agents.
as opposed to
Go
simply
ahead
mining
and select a
because you want to
career
use the
agent
minerals.
panel to learn more.
So we're going to finish here. I think we've got quite a good feeling for the newbie experience, and I think the newbie experience is pretty good, to be honest. I think they've made it a lot easier to understand what to do. They've created a good sort of starting. Okay, shut up, Laura.
Agent missions are aimed at solo pilots. Whichever activity you choose, you can always open the agency at any time and try something new.
Thank you.
Whenever you are ready, set destination to either a Resource Wars site or a career agent.
Yeah, so basically they've created a really nice little starting quest which teaches you a lot of things, but is also quite exciting, and there's a nice storyline, and at the same time it then leads you into this whereby you get given the choice of a number of different tutorials that you can continue with if you want to. And of course at this point, if you wanted to, you just do something else. You can just fly off and do something else. There's loads to do in the game, but it gives you quite a nice way of choosing what to do next. This guy's trying to talk to me. Let's just see what he wants to say. So anyway, that's the newbie experience in EVE Online. I think it's rather good. I think they've done a good job, and I think that for a new player this game is a lot more accessible than it used to be. I hope you found it interesting, and if by any chance you were ever interested in playing EVE Online but you were a bit put off because of all the things that you'd heard about it and how hard it was, and how people say it's like just sort of playing a spreadsheet or something like that, well, if it ever was like that, it's not so much anymore, and it certainly provides a lot of help and information for new players. And that's the end, I think, of my look at EVE Online and newbie experience. I hope you find it interesting. My name is Palmer. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Thank you.